The diameter of this cyclone is twice the size of Cyclone Debbie.
Winds howled as walkers took risks getting the perfect picture. Marine rescue teams stunned by the giant seas. View from the sky was just as phenomenal.
So we've just had our Queensland Disaster Management Group meeting, and you'll shortly hear from the Bureau of Meteorology from Bruce Gunn. And our cyclone watch is being cancelled. It's now a Category 1, but you never turn your back on a cyclone. And Bruce will explain to you that the diameter of this cyclone is twice the size of Cyclone Debbie, and we're going to continue to watch this cyclone to make sure that Queenslanders are safe. There are going to be hazardous conditions on our surf, and there could be waves up to 7 metres over the course of the weekend, and in some instances it may be higher. We've already closed the vehicle barges to North Stradbroke Island and to Moreton Island. The wind gusts are picking up. I think at Cape Moreton this morning it was recorded over 110 kilometres an hour. Already at Redcliffe the winds are picking up to 70 kilometres an hour, and this could intensify over the weekend.
Look, the track is heading back northwards. It's still got to come southwards first and then make that U-turn. And the modelling has been somewhat difficult. There's been equally matched competing steering forces with this cyclone, which has caused some changes to the track over the last couple of days. But we are expecting, our best guidance tells us that it will track back to the north and heading into warmer waters, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that as it moves. It could go further east, or it could track, probably less likely, to track back to the west towards the Queensland coast. Tropical cyclones are notorious for being difficult to predict, especially the cyclones at the lower category ratings. So the steering forces, when they're not strong, the cyclone movement can be quite erratic.
Powerful waves are ravaging Queensland beaches despite Cyclone Oma becoming less of a threat. The system is 600 kilometres wide and likely to strengthen again. Wild winds have knocked out power and whipped up swell for surfers. Joel Dry has more.
Well, as you can probably see, the impacts of Cyclone Oma are being well received by some here on the Gold Coast. The surf is massive and there's no shortage of people willing to head out there and test their skills, and even more people who are happy to just spectate. But the massive swell has its downside. All the beaches on the Gold Coast are closed for swimming, and the high tide and surf is battering the coast, which brings the risk of erosion. These conditions are being called the worst erosion conditions since Cyclone Oswald in 2013, when a large number of beaches were simply washed away here on the Glitter Strip. But the Mayor, Tom Tate, says largely the beaches this time around have held up to the test.
All the investment that we've done in the past 3 years has really fared well for to combat Mother Nature.
Oma is now about 700 kilometres northeast of Brisbane and is forecast to swing north over the weekend and not cross the coast. But her effects are definitely being felt. So far, the strongest wind gust recorded has been over 100 kilometres per hour on North Stradbroke Island.
The diameter of this cyclone is twice the size of Cyclone Debbie. Don't go camping, don't go boating, don't go fishing, don't go swimming, and don't go surfing.
And those warnings are likely to remain in place throughout the weekend as Cyclone Oma continues her cruise up the Queensland coast.
The dangerous swell has started causing erosion on the Sunshine Coast also, with big waves pummelling popular beaches. Tony Auden, and what do the changes in the track mean for us over the weekend?
Well, good afternoon, Kendall. It does not mean any let-up for our beaches. They'll continue to be pummeled right through the weekend, but overland, well, our chances of rain are actually dropping. Now, at the moment, Omar is a top-end Category 1 system, 640 k's away from Brisbane. It should continue south into tomorrow, then likely nudge a little further away from the the coast before turning north. Now, it could reach Category 2 again, then is likely to continue north well out into the Coral Sea towards the middle of next week. Longer term, yes, we will need to still watch where it goes. At the moment, we have a severe weather warning for that dangerous surf, high tides and damaging winds right along the coast. But with Oma now driving more southerly winds across the region, inland spots could be completely dry this weekend, with showers only confined to coastal spots.
At HVN, we will continue to follow this cyclone closely. Please click on subscribe and the bell for notifications of new video updates.